Paul Verhoven, to me, is a very interesting character. I said, you know, that this is it. He rose to prominence in what was, at the time, the biggest-selling Dutch film, which was called The Soldier of Orange. And we'll see a clip of that at the end of the show. Right. It was about Dutch resistance, as the Black Book is about Dutch resistance.
And it's very much of a, well, as we'll see, you can see it's sort of like a swashbuckling sort of film. Yeah. And this is a lot more about the lousiness and betrayal that goes on.
It's the revision.
When people have lives in each other's hands.
It's almost the revision of it. But then he went on and he did other films. He did several, Tippy Kipple, and then another film.
Spetters was a lot of fun to watch.
Turkish Delight really blew him international as well. Yeah. Both Turkish Delight, Soldier of Orange, introduced Rutger Hauer and Jerome Krabbe, and brought them both to Hollywood.
True.
Then he did a film which was one of my favorites of the 80s called The Fourth Man, a magical sexual psychological film about a woman who literally is a black widow and kills her husbands. And it is mysterious.
That's one I've never seen. But go ahead.
Look for it.
I'm an enormous fan of RoboCop. I think that's something that's said of his later films.
He comes to Hollywood. Say that. He comes to Hollywood and then does RoboCop.
And he teams up with Joe Esterhazy. He's really one of the most shameless screenwriters that ever lived. And he starts to do like really sex and violence loaded entertainments. He works with our new governor Schwarzenegger as
in Total Recall.
In Total Recall, which is. It doesn't really hold up as well as it does. However, RoboCop is everything that people say his later film, Battleship Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. I think that everything that people say about that it's ironic, that it's a comedy, it's a satire. I think that may be as may be. You see RoboCop and you see all those elements in place. That is a funny movie.
Well,
and like
I did not like it. I didn't like anything else he did. Showgirls was a living disaster.
Showgirls is infamous.
But his big hit over here in the United States is Basic Instinct. You know, this is his big hit, and it has sort of threads to the fourth man. Yeah. But what's interesting to me is after 20 years in Hollywood, literally 1987 to 2007, he comes back to the Netherlands
he lays
to do
this giant
Black
egg
Book.
called Hollow Man. I'll tell you something else though. I interviewed him
he did do the Hollow Man too, which
it was terrible. Yeah, I interviewed him once, and he was very interested in doing the Passion Play. He wanted to do a Jesus movie, and this was before Gibson made it. Actually, he wanted to counterdict that and have it more. I think he had more in mind of a very gentle and Dutch master type treatment to the subject, which is funny because he just like come off of Showgirls. So
it is very interesting.
Perplexing talent.
A very perplexing talent, and even to hear the actors over there who are working with him, because he's a real legend over there. Some of them love him, others have very strange attitudes about him. But anyway, it is interesting to go to your video store, see some of these early films, and especially see Soldier of Orange, and compare it to what's going on in Black Book, and take into consideration some of the things you said about Black Book.